Question 2, do you have any directions with the art you're going with your art, and what other apps are you including in your workflow? I guess the directions I'm going in is I really like using illustration references. So Yoji Shinkawa is a Japanese illustrator who did all the Metal Gear Solid artwork. So I really like incorporating his style references into things, trying to work with.
So as you know, Adobe Photoshop and Illustrator has launched generative AI in their field, like in their software. So I'm using those things while making a banner, while creating an emailer, while creating a graphic or infographic, you can say, or I can get ideas on creating illustrations, logos. So that's how it's coming in use for my work.
For example, if a client needs a texture using because it's a part of their branding, but usually a lot of these textures, they come from a really low quality PDF brand guide, and that's your only reference. So what you can do is, by using Describe in Midjourney, is you can input the image that they've given you and output some more higher resolution images that you can actually use.
One of the latest advances in artificial intelligence is ability to create 3D volumes with prompts. That is something that I've been seeking for a long time. I'm interested in not just 2D, but able to create a 3D volume out of a prompt with artificial intelligence. So right now, this is one of the focus that I want to direct my exploration.
Yeah, so now I'm trying to move away from the main platforms, Runway, Midjourney, Leonardo, all these things, and trying to do things more locally.
And how we connect with other humans, other cultures, you know. So for me, I've made a lot of videos and I've worked on animations in the past. I worked in productions and advertising. So it comes down to video stories, which, you know, gets me very excited at the point where we're at, you know, video is getting very good.
Early on, I found myself leaning very heavily into photorealistic applications and approaches to image creation, which is not to say that I was disinterested in more animated or artisanal styles.
I find that the photographic stuff still has like a very kind of AI generated veneer on it that I'm not too keen on, and I try and avoid that by doing more illustrated based stuff because it doesn't look so obviously AI'd.
So for example, like these are some textures that I generated from an image that they gave me. Okay, these aren't the high-res ones, but these are good enough to use. So it's the same thing for a lot of their other stuff. So but then this was, some of these textures, not all of them, were used in, I'll just find the video. So this is an example of like how you can use Midjourney like in the real world. So this was like a food truck that was for Sushi Samba. Now in the end, they didn't even use any of my designs. I must have done about 100, maybe 200 hours doing all the variations that they wanted. Oh, these weren't my suggestions, by the way. See, that's where you can use it. See, that's their brand guide there. And obviously these images, they're not very high resolution. So I took that one there, and then that's how I got this image here. So I got that from there. So that's how you can use it in your day-to-day life.
So I'm using ComfUI a lot to have more control. I still incorporate Midjourney and other tools on my workflow, but usually I use Midjourney to create a vast set of images in a style and then train a model, and they take to ComfUI to really use it.
I don't really have a definitive look. Short attention span, so I'm thinking of new ideas all the time and testing them out. I kind of feel like the world is my oyster, so we'll see what comes out of that.
For me, believable realism was key and remains key to tapping into potentially emotive responses in the viewer, and also speaks more generally to commercial applications, which is an area that I've both found myself and made great efforts to develop inroads. And
in terms of workflow, I'm mostly just using Midjourney and occasionally Runway when I need to animate stuff. I guess the other kind of thing that I work on is creating more sort of abstract kind of textures and environments and kind of palettes that I can animate with music.
I specialize in Midjourney because it does what I want it to do, but not always. However, I attempt and endeavor to operate at the intersection of a variety of tools. I guess you could call it a multimodal approach.
For me, it's about storytelling, so it's not as much about art per se. It's more about stories. I love stories. I love to create stories. I think like stories are the way to connect with other people. Like it's how we make sense of our world. Like
I always seek out what I perceive to be the best tool for the application at hand.
So what I usually use one of the large language models. I use Claude mostly, and also like on Fabri, like the inbuilt Fabri bot.
In this sense, a number of tools play a part in my various workflows, but some of the ones that come to mind are Midjourney, Leonardo, Lexica Aperture, Runway, Layer 3D, Nubert for sound and music, ClipDrop, which is a very powerful suite of tools.
To ideate, to brainstorm, to create my scripts, to create shot lists. Then I will make storyboards with Catalyst. Then I will do Invoke AI for more specialized image manipulation. So stable diffusion based. I really like open source, so I try to choose tools that contribute to that, and depends also, like I like convenience as well, so some tools will be for convenience, some tools will be for full control. With images, I like full control.
Tools that can make things much easier for a variety of applications, and I'm sure I'm missing about 10 or 20. As mentioned, for me, it's all about finding the right tool for the right job.
Yeah, and then with video, we have Runway Pika, some anime diffusion as well. Yeah, and that's kind of it, right? For music as well, oh yeah, there's also music voiceover, 11 Labs, Suno AI. So there's a lot, like in the end, like I have more or less a full pipeline from beginning till the end of making a video using AI tools in one way or another. It's always kind of like, this is a story I want to make, and these tools are just going to support me. Unless I'm experimenting, then I'm like, just go, show me what you got.
Oh, hey guys, it's James here. I hope you enjoyed that, whichever episode of Expert Roundup it was. If you're interested in being in any of these in the future, please message me. If you know anyone else that would probably benefit from being in one of these videos, please tag them in here. It helps the post as well. If you have any questions for future roundups, please put them in the comments, because I came up with these all on my own. I only asked a few people, I didn't ask the community. So if you're interested in having questions answered in the future, please put them in the comments below. And until next time, I shall speak to you soon. Bye.